No.
It's not.
Sorry about that.
Whatever the title is, we put it there specifically so we could say no at the start.
Whoopsie. Click off now if you disagree.
Or stay and listen. You could do that.
Yes, no, so we're sadly talking about the CM Punk footage.
I'll give you the play-by-play just of dry facts, and then I'll go through how
Just
I
facts,
think...
guys. Just facts here.
Just
Nothing but facts.
So here are the facts. Jack Perry comes back to the back from his match that he had with Hook at All In.
He's getting glass picked out of him.
Yeah. It looks
real
like
glass.
Real glass. Cry him a river.
Sorry.
Looks like a doctor is picking it out of his back or something. Like it looks like he's getting checked. A conversation was had between Jack Perry and CM Punk. CM Punk pushes Jack Perry. CM Punk puts Jack Perry into a front face lock. Samoa Joe breaks it up. Chris Hero and Jerry Lynn pull Punk away as he is going towards Tony Khan, yelling.
Well, the fact you don't know it's Tony Khan. You know it's that area.
Well, okay, he goes towards gorilla position, which Tony Khan is generally in
Majority of the
time, yelling and pointing. We don't know what Punk's intentions were. It probably was just to yell at him. I'll give Punk, I don't think that he's stupid enough to try and hit his boss. There's no audio. People are saying, "Oh, they muted it."
That's not how.
No, that's not how CCTV works.
Have you looked at a CCTV camera? They don't have microphones, and if they do, they ain't picking up shit.
I just want to start off with: should AEW have released the footage on their live television broadcast? The answer is no.
Probably not. Yeah.
Probably not a good idea. If they were going to release it, the smart idea would have been to put it out through like TMZ or something.
Just leaking it would have been funny.
Yeah, no.
If you just leak it, you remove yourself one step.
Well, because the thing is, right, WWE has been taking shots at AEW recently.
People want to not say that. People want to refute that.
You can't refute that. That's what's happened. It's fine. That's what's going to happen in a competitive business. The way that they're doing it is actually probably the smarter way, which is they are keeping all of their shots at AEW off of television.
Well, apart from, I think, Triple H did on the pre-show.
That's not really on television. No one watches the pre-show.
Okay.
The kind of person that watches a pre-show is one of two people. They are under the age of 10.
Okay.
Or they live in a country where they don't have ready access to the pay-per-view.
Okay.
And if you're outside of those two people and you watch the pre-show, it's because you're a loser. I guess I should have said three people. Third one being losers.
Obviously, WWE is the more corporate company, so obviously they're going to want to keep it off TV to seem professional.
Now to like my opinions, things that I think I kind of saw, but like obviously it's grainy footage, so like I don't really know. Jack Perry, the first time that he puts both of his hands up is the time that Punk pushes him. Now, I'm not going to say that that was on purpose. I'm going to say that it's hard for me to believe that it's not on purpose.
It's a very timely intervention to kind of do a thing
like that.
All
I'm going to say is that in Australia, we call that a coward's hit. Take of that what you will.
But also, Jack Perry doesn't really react. He gets pushed and he's still fixing his hair.
He's still fixing his hair.
Mad lad, still just like, I gotta fix this before I deal with you.
Before I kick your ass. Which he was never going to do, mind you.
But yeah, he pushes him once. He's still, Jack Perry's still fixing it. Then he goes for another push or something and gets him in the headlock.
Yeah, so to me, it looks like he grabbed his hair. I'm not sure if that is what happened. I'm good. Hey, this is me speculating. Maybe this is my AEW bias. I'm biased towards AEW and Jack Perry. I'll put it out there. I don't like CM Punk.
I mean, we'll reference our other video.
It looks like he grabs Jack Perry's hair and pulls him into the front face lock. And it looks like as Jack Perry is getting carted away by Joe, it looks to me like Punk takes a swing. Those are like the opinions, right? Those are things that I'm like, those aren't just the cold hard facts. Those are just sort of my reading of a video.
But also Punk's account is like Jack Perry walked up to him.
I don't think that was what he said on the Helwani interview. That was what his side was saying when it was like Dirt Sheets reporting and stuff. But on the Helwani interview, he did say that he approached Perry and he was like, "Why do you do this dumb internet bullshit on TV?" And according to him, Perry said something like, "Do something about it," which is like, I'll tell you what, if that is all that he thinks was said, that's wrong, because there was definitely a longer conversation than those two sentences happened.
It was a multiple back and forth.
Yeah, it was a back and forth. And maybe that's the vibe that he got from it, but I'm going to be honest with you. Something tells me that's not what was said, because to me it seems like he just is an aggressive person. The biggest discrepancy is that in his account it sounds like Joe asks him to stop and he just stops. Whereas in the video it looks more like Joe like puts himself in between them and forces the chokehold to be broken.
Also, Joe, such a fucking mad lad, putting him just breaking off fucking chokehold
Yeah, man,
with his
that was
own body.
sick as hell.
Just like,
Like-
and then just carrying Jack Perry away.
My biggest takeaway from this, I didn't lose any respect for Punk because I didn't really have any left.
Mm.
I didn't lose any respect for Jack Perry because my opinion of Jack Perry wasn't based off of the fact that I thought he was a badass that could hold his own in a backstage fight.
Yeah.
I came away with a lot of respect for Joe, which I already had a lot just based off of things that he said before. And I came away with a lot of respect for Chris Hero as well.
Because of his reaction.
His reaction, just like, God fucking, like he just looks so
Yeah.
exacerbated. It's great.
Also, no one's talking about it. Little Swerve cameo just waltzes on in going, what's going on here?
The end. It's great.
It was like, because like Hook's just standing by as well, being like, fuck, all right.
Hook watches it happen, slowly puts his belt on the ground, and then just walks over after Joe has Jack Perry.
Yeah, I
And
think
just sort of stands there like, hey man, calm down.
I think his kind of thing was like, I'll do something if I have to. So he calmly puts his belt down. That's probably what, I don't know, I don't want to speculate what's going through his head, but
Well, also,
if I
it
was in-
seems as though
yeah.
Punk doesn't really have any respect for anyone any younger than him. So, or like anyone who didn't come up with him in the business.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was probably a good thing that Joe was there, actually.
yeah, well, because could you imagine if it was, imagine if it was Hook that had to break it up, right? Like, to me, that probably becomes a bigger scuffle.
'Cause Punk's not going to hit
Punk's
Joe.
not going to hit Joe.
One, Joe will kill him.
Punk would get his shit rocked by Joe. Just
And
based
Joe,
on a
you know,
size difference alone.
Size difference alone. Also, Joe was just in much better shape than Punk.
Yeah, which is amazing because of the way that
Objectively.
they look.
Yeah.
Like, you look at them, you wouldn't think that's the
Well,
case.
Out of the past year, who has had more injury?
Exactly. Like, you wouldn't think based off of the way they look who is in better shape, but it's definitely fucking Joe.
It's definitely Joe. People are saying, oh, well, Punk's account is what he, like, it's just what Punk said. I'm like, no, there's discrepancies in what he said.
There's, I would say that slight discrepancies, and I would say that Punk's account was relatively accurate. And, like, that's fine. You're still a dickhead. Like, what? Because he told the truth about it, he gets to not be a dickhead for starting a fight?
Well, you know, when in a workplace, right? If I walk up to someone and then put them in a headlock, right? And verbally, you know, shove them and stuff. But if I say after the fact that that's what I did, I'm all good.
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
off the
all
hook.
good. Yeah, I'm off the hook.
Well, no, but Ethan, you don't understand. This is what happens in wrestling.
Oh,
It's been happening for a while. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that happens in wrestling that isn't good. I don't think that we need to pretend that something is fine because it has been happening. Oh, fights have always happened in the locker room. Cool, they fucking shouldn't. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
also, people are kind of clowning on Tony Khan for saying that he feared for his life.
You know, I understand that CM Punk is a shitty UFC fighter, but come on, guys, you could be nicer to Punk. I'm sure he is scary. Guys.
Twisting it like that is so funny.
It's
Like, just being like, guys, be nicer to him. He is scary.
He is scary.
But no, you're a 5 foot nothing little billionaire son
Yeah,
who's never had a probably
Dude
never
weighs fucking
engaged in
45 kilograms soaking wet. Like,
Yeah. And then you have this. Okay, I'm just gonna give Punk the benefit of that. You have this ex-UFC fighter, professional wrestler, pointing at you and aggressively yelling. Like, who the fuck wouldn't be like, oh shit, I'm like, okay, everyone, we're gonna do a little exercise here. Close your eyes, right? You're walking down the street. Now, imagine someone, bald head, tattoos, coming at you, pointing and yelling. Are you not gonna fear for your life?
a foot taller than you.
Yeah, true. A foot taller than you, running, like coming at you, and people are holding him back. Are you scared or not scared? If you're not scared, you're fucking lying to me.
You're a liar. You're stupid.
You're a liar or you're the size of Joe.
You're a liar or you're stupid. Like, it's one of the two. Go start a fight with someone a foot taller than you.
With tats and bald
With
head.
tats and a bald head,
I mean-
and they have the weight difference to match. Like,
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like you're just kind of trying to start a fight with skinheads. We'll do it.
honestly, start a fight with a skinhead and win that fight, please.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it is within reason to say, yeah, like, look, he did fear for his life.
And look, even if you go like, oh, well, maybe he didn't exactly fear for his life. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to hold it against him that he said feared for my life. Like, dude, fuck you. Like, why do I care? Why do I care that he said fear for my life? And hey, maybe he should have known that he wasn't going to fucking die. Okay, cool, whatever. I don't care. The big takeaway here is that CM Punk can't keep his hands to himself.
When we saw the footage in its isolation, we were like, okay, why would they do this? Then we watched the whole episode of Dynamite. I think it being within the context of the Young Bucks story versus FTR and everything, and then the Young Bucks having their heel promo and showing it kind of makes sense. And then FTR coming out being like, why are you showing this? I thought this was done. I honestly think that's fine.
They did a good job of hiding the reasoning for putting it out. We all know that the reasoning was that Tony Khan was being petty.
Yeah.
We all know that's the case. I'm not going to pretend that's not the case. Tony Khan was being petty. Everyone's a little petty sometimes. We all go off and talk shit about people that we don't like to our friends. Like, we do petty shit. With that being said, obviously the better decision would have been to not put it on your TV program.
Tony Khan, this is us talking to you. Become more tactful, man, instead of just being like, hey, we'll do it on TV. Even though, yeah, enjoyed the angle that they were doing it, and I enjoyed the context of the story that they were doing it. And I think people are missing that out because I don't know if it added anything, but I think nestled in that storyline, it's fine.
It still would have worked if they just went like, there was an incident backstage at AEW All In involving one of FTR's friends, and that actually distracted us. You know, we didn't get to pray, we didn't get to hydrate. That would have worked equally as good as what they did here. Like they say, oh, it was a ratings ploy, right?
Mm.
But very clearly it was a pettiness-driven ratings ploy if it was a ratings ploy. Because they weren't doing any sort of ratings ploy until CM Punk did the interview. And then they announced on night one of WrestleMania, after WrestleMania went off, oh, by the way, we're going to be releasing the Punk footage.
Yeah, I mean, it was very convenient timing. Also, I think the thing that I wanted to touch on is AEW taking it down because people seem to be crying a river about them copyright striking, which I'm in two minds about.
Yeah, so look, I think that people have been conditioned by like YouTubers complaining about copyright strikes to be like, oh, copyright strikes are always a bad thing. But like, Ariel Helwani was complaining that his rip of it got taken down. Yeah, dude, it was just the fucking video that they own the rights to. What do you mean? Like, dude, if you are just putting up the original video, no commentary, no fucking memeing with it, like, yeah, dude, of course it got fucking taken down. It's their copyrighted content. They own the rights. Yeah, also, like, fuck you, you're Ariel Helwani. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, we'll see if the real test is if we get copyright notice with this video.
Yeah, if we do, I'll take it all back. Fuck you, AEW. I hate you.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. CM Punk just is a person that I hope to never talk about again. I said that after the last CM Punk video, and here he is again. I do hope Tony's got it out of his system.
The last thing I'd like to say is we are in the mud. We are in the dirt. We said that in our last CM Punk video that we didn't think he'd end up back in WWE, and look at us.
That's true.
Egg on our face. We look so dumb. We're so stupid.
I think our position was like, surely WWE is not dumb enough to hire someone like that.
Yeah,
Turns out they were.
Turns out they're just dumber than we thought.
Yeah, turns out we gave WWE too much credit.
Yeah, we gave them way too much credit.
Yeah, so that's
on us, guys.
That's on us.
That's on us. We'll never give WWE credit again.
We're doing a name change from This Week in Elite to Second Rate Wrestling.
Second Rate Wrestling.
This Week in Elite was good when we were doing weekly episodes.
And when we were just going to be talking about AEW, we want to branch out a little bit. Thanks for watching
Second Rate Wrestling.